Hey everybody, let's take a look at Tiny Epic Galaxies Beyond the Black, the first full expansion to Tiny Epic Galaxies. This is a deluxe edition, and it'll be delivering to Kickstarter backers very soon. So here's the front of the box. You can see it's got a nice spot UV. It's a little bit difficult to see on the camera, but there you go. You kind of see that nice sheen. There's the side. This is a vertical side. Got it upside down for you. There you go. And then the other short side. Just wonderful illustration by Naomi Robinson. This turned out very, very beautiful. It's got a really nice finish to it. The spot UV is just great to touch as well. And it really makes things pop. You're going to love this. Here's the back of the box. Okay, so let's take a look inside. So we crack the lid. First thing we see is the dice bay. Very, very nice. There you go. So you see the 4 new ships that are introduced in Tiny Epic Galaxies Beyond the Black featured in this dice bay. Let's see if I can find a nice spot for this to kind of rest for a moment. Okay, and then once you get inside the box, you encounter the rule book first. And the sides, we see some advertisements for some of our other Tiny Epic games, just in case you didn't know that there were other awesome Tiny Epic games. Now you will. So the rulebook's really short, actually. You can see here, nicely laid out, lots of images to help you get through the rules very easily. And that's that. Nice and sweet and to the point. Okay, and in the deluxe edition we're going to get a couple of extra goodies. So let's start there. So here we see the Drones mini expansion. Let me pull this content out. So you get 20 of these awesome little drone discs. These are going to be the drones that assist the pilots in the game. So you can see here, they all look like little robot discs. And you get 20 of those. The Drones mini expansion does come with a rule sheet as well. It's just a couple of real small pages, like card size pages, just 4 quick, easy pages to read. It's very simple, very straightforward. Then it comes with a factory bay. This is where you'll actually be keeping the drones during play. And then there's a little icon up top that shows you that you can trade in any 2 dice to acquire a drone. Now you have to have a pilot that the drone can go and work for, but they're very easy to acquire once you do have a pilot. And it just gives you a good option to dump a couple of dice maybe that you aren't going to be using for something else. You can just see it's double-sided, same on both sides. And then also in the drone expansion, mini expansion, you're going to get additional pilots. So here we see Lieutenant Andy Weir, who you can also see playing Tiny Epic Galaxies on the latest episode of Tabletop. And then here we have Captain Tim Schafer also playing Tiny Epic Galaxies on Tabletop. So if you haven't seen that episode, it's really fantastic. Go and check it out. And then featured in this mini expansion is Gamelin. Kind of a nice little Easter egg thrown in there. Company character. And then we have a couple of extra characters as well. So you get a total of 6 new pilots in the Drones mini expansion. All right, let's see what else the rest of this box holds for us. Always, as you'll always find in a Game One Games product, a nice bag of wood. We just love featuring awesome components in our games. Toss out the silica packet. So here you'll see these are a couple of score track tokens. So you've got 5 there. You got a plus sign on one side just in case you score over the amount that the score track allows you. You can flip it over to the other side to kind of show that it's already past start and collected $200. So here you go. You get to see this is one of the new ships featured in Tiny Epic Galaxies, Beyond the Black. That one is really awesome. I'll kind of set these off to the side here and kind of take a look at those. I'll pull these little score tokens out as well so you can see those. So each player gets their own. And again, there's 4 new ships, so we're going to see 4 of these new ships for each player. So there you go. I'll kind of show you one, maybe a little, so you can see it a little bit better. This one's like a real traditional style rocket. Maybe a bit easier if I point them this way, huh? Maybe be easier for you to see. Just don't want you to miss how awesome these look. There you go. Okay, here is the 3rd ship. Got a little hole through the center. You could actually put a little thread through that and make yourself a necklace. There you go. And the 4th ship. Here, let me just straighten these out another time. There you go. And then here's the 4th ship featured in Tiny Epic Galaxies Beyond the Black. So a bunch of cool new ships. Now in play, you won't actually be getting additional ships above the 4 that are available to a single player. That remains the same. It's just that these ships will sub in for the old ships now. So for whatever old ships you have unlocked, as you hire pilots, you can actually get rid of those ships and bring these new ones into play. All right, what else have we got in this box? Looks like here we have our exploration cards, and these are circle cards. This is for when you're exploring deep space. Let me try to get into this here. These cards have a nice linen finish, so they got a nice little texture to them. You'll see there's all different types. They feature these little badges at the bottom. These are exploration badges that'll actually account for a set collection aspect now that's featured in Beyond the Black. That'll get you some victory points at the end of the game, depending on how you've done against other players. Here's a black hole. This is one of the pieces of art that's featured on the front of the box. When you pull this, your ship is actually going to get stuck in the black hole, and it's going to have to orbit around. So you'll end up putting your ship right on the card, and then it has to actually work its way around the black hole before it can escape. And then once it does, you'll acquire those badges, as well as this one is worth a victory point. So there's a whole bunch of these. The green ones are good. I mean, they're all good, but the green ones you don't have to stop immediately. You can keep exploring or you can take it. But these red ones, they kind of stop you in your track and you have to deal with them. Like this is an asteroid field. Again, your ship gets stuck and has to maneuver your way through that field. So let's see how many we got of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So that's great. That'll give you a lot of variability and a lot of replayability with these exploration cards. And we'll get to the new stack there in just a sec, but I want to kind of show you, just because we're talking about exploration, this is the card that represents unexplored space. So this is actually where the exploration cards will be set during play, right there in the center of the circle. And then when you go to explore, you'll actually fly your ship into unexplored space, and you'll flip a card. And again, if it's red, then you have to stop immediately and take that card. However, if you flip over a green card, then you're able to decide, do I want to take that one or do I want to keep going? And you can flip over another one, and if it's red, you'd have to stop. If it's green, you can keep going up to one more time. So you can actually have 3 face-up cards in unexplored space at a time. And those would stay there. So when other players come to unexplored space, they'd be able to either draw from the pile or take one of the cards that you've revealed. So on the back side of this, it's just the same. But you'll see down here, it'll explain how you're going to get your victory points based on the set collection aspect of the game. Also, unexplored space, it's good to know that it yields a culture. So now there'll be a permanent fixture in the game that offers culture. Okay, next up, we see the score tracker. So these little tokens now will go on the score tracker, and as players increase their points in the game in real time, you'll just keep track of it on this score tracker. Once anybody reaches 21, the end of the game is triggered, and then it does also still support up additional points up to 30. Again, if you get beyond 30 points, you would just if you're playing like this, then you would just flip the token over, and you would say it's 30 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many ever you have. On the back side, we also feature a version of the score tracker without the planets. If you happen to find that the planets are slightly distracting, that's entirely up to you. The card functions the exact same either way. Okay, and now here we have the hangar bays. So these are actually where players will keep the ships that they're using, so before they're hired. So in the beginning of the game, you'll actually set your 4 ships up that you've got in these spots. And then you'll have a reminder on here of how you're going to hire that a pilot to man that ship. So for instance, the Aurora, this ship here, would require either 2 diplomacy or 2 economy be activated. They wouldn't be used for their normal purposes. They would just be used to hire a pilot that is ready to man that ship. And that is similar to all the other ones, but they take different die symbols. And if you don't find yourself getting the pairs that you need to hire a pilot for the particular ship you want, then you can use 3 of any dice. They have to be equal to each other, and then you can hire them that way. So, for instance, if you were really wanting the Intrepid, but you just kept rolling, you got 3 economies, but you need the 2 movements to hire the Intrepid ship, then you could use those 3 economies in that way. Okay. As you probably got a sneak peek of, this is sitting at the bottom of the deluxe box. So this is actually a box sleeve that will hold your old Tiny Epic Galaxies with Tiny Epic Galaxies Beyond the Black. So and I'll kind of show you how this functions after we've put it all back in the box. And then at the bottom of the box here, you have the solo play variant that allows you to use the solo plays of Tiny Epic Galaxies with all of the new content from Tiny Epic Galaxies Beyond the Black. So you just give that a read through and you've got yourself rules for solo play. Here is the new stack of cards that come with Tiny Epic Galaxies Beyond the Black. You can see that some of them are going to be pilot cards. Some of them are new secret missions. Let's bust into this and take a look. And you're also going to see on these cards, there's a tiny icon featured at the top of the card, and that's going to show you or be an indicator during play that this card is from the expansion Beyond the Black. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new secret missions. And you would just shuffle those into the old secret missions from Tiny Epic Galaxies, or you could just try playing exclusively with Beyond the Black secret missions if you'd prefer. And then here we've got new planets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 new planets. Some of these are kind of some more of the same kind of stuff. New abilities. Everything is brand new. There's no repeated abilities or anything along that nature, but just kind of similar concepts. But they embrace some of the new content. Like this one says, move one of your ships to unexplored space. This one can only be done once per turn. But some of the other new stuff that you'll see with some of these planets, they actually feature dual resource acquisition there. So you can either acquire energy or culture on some of these planets based on what they are. So I'll kind of just set these here. Real quick before I get into the pilots, you got 5 of these hangar bays, 1 for each player, of course. But on the back side, just to further a little bit more with solo, each of them feature a different rogue galaxy. So this one here features a epic level difficulty galaxy. This one is a hard difficulty. This one's a medium difficulty. This one is easy difficulty. And then on the back side of this card, you'll actually see a beginner difficulty. So you get 5 new rogue galaxies to be used in solo play. All right, and then, most excitingly, we get the pilots. Total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 new pilots, or 30 pilots that are introduced with Tiny Epic Galaxies Beyond the Black. And kind of on these, you'll see that they also feature exploration badges at the bottom of their card. They'll also contribute to that set collection aspect of the game that I was talking about earlier. And then they also feature their very own unique abilities that make them very different from each other. And then they also, on the side here, you'll see that some of them are trained to use different ships, some of them more ships than others. And depending on kind of how many ships they're trained to use, typically that makes a difference on how strong or useful their ability is. Usually the ones that are limited and can only fly 1 ship, they're a bit more specialized. Their abilities are typically a little bit better. Whereas, for instance, this agent who can use just about any ship, which means she's really easy to acquire, but her ability may not be as useful, but that's arguable. This one says, when this ship moves to a planet's colony track, immediately perform that planet's action. So you can see that some of these are very useful. So they're all different. So you get 30 completely unique pilots. Plus, if you got the deluxe, you'd add an additional 6 to that. So the replayability is phenomenal, because you'll never go through all of these pilots in a single play, even with 5 players. This just never happened. So you get a lot of new content here with Tiny Epic Galaxies Beyond the Black. All right, so that's all the content in the box, and let's go ahead and put it back. So usually just go first with the rules there. Now you may keep your mini expansion content separate than your base game content if you prefer. Typically I don't. I kind of just always throw it in together. So I'll just tuck this rule book right inside here. Kind of move this out of the way here. Then I just go the large cards down at the bottom first on top of the rule book there. Combine all these here. And then I toss these cards into the large bag that came with the wood pieces, that was containing all the wood pieces. That's got a big bag, and you can just toss all the cards into that larger bag, including the exploration cards if you'd like. If you also got the mini expansion, then it provides kind of another nice large bag that'll hold your exploration cards off to the side there. And then you still got a bunch of small bags that you can sort all of your wood pieces in if you would like. You can kind of sort them by ship type or by color, whatever you prefer, or just shove them all in one and ditch the extra bags. Maybe one here for the score tokens. No, those are just extra. There you are. Oh, I forgot a ship. So just set them here. There you are. And so now I'll show you the sleeve. So if you've got the two games set together like this, however, it doesn't really matter if you got Beyond the Black on top or kind of the Galaxies on top, but then the sleeve will simply slide over the two games, giving you a nice snug fit. It fits really nice and snug, so it holds them right into place. And you can have them kind of bound, which is pretty nice. So there you go. So I mean, I'm just holding by one right now, and the other one's not sliding out. So it shows you that it's got a really nice strong hold. I'll keep these bound together in your bag or when you're walking or wherever you're taking them. So, all right, great. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to getting these games to your table very soon. All right, take care now.